Fight fans, fight fans. Gervonta Tank Davis is leaving the money team. But personally, I think it's about time. I think it's about time for him to step out into his own and do his own thing. Especially if he want to get the fights that he wants to get. Because he's not going to get them with Mayweather. I mean, I'm not going to lie. Mayweather did good job blowing him up. You know what I'm saying? You know, making them that next draw. I mean, if you can piggyback off one of the greats, that's what you do. I mean, it's no different. In my opinion, it's no different than how Oscar did Canelo. But the good thing about it is Tank and Mayweather not where Oscar and Canelo is as far as the falling out of things. Yeah, everybody gonna have disagreements. Everybody's gonna bump heads. But Canelo, you know, he's more seasoned, you know. And Tank was young, coming up, still young, coming up. But now he tired of the tomato cans. He want the real fights. He want to get at these other champions and these other, you know, kings in his division. And rightfully so, he has the right to do that. But if you can't get him where you at, you have to leave in order to get the fights you want, in order to create your legacy. So do it. So be it. And you got to respect him for that. I mean, in my personal opinion, I think he was just laying in the limelight a little bit. As far as Mayweather, he has to be in the limelight. You can even look at the interviews. They ask Tank a question. He speaks for him like he's his interpreter or some shit. You know, the man can speak for himself. You know what I'm saying? And I think Tank wants to embrace and take charge of his career, which is a good move. You can't fault him for wanting to do that. It's a good move, especially if he want to get at the Devin Haney's, the Shakur Stevensons, you know, them type of fighters. But being a promoter is about protecting your bag and your prize prospect, your money maker. And Tank is just tired of being protected right now. You know, he want to get at them guys, but he can't get at them. It's just like same reason Bob Emmerich was protecting Pacquiao against Terrence Crawford. Didn't want to make that fight happen. Things like that. But those are the fights that the fans want to see, and those are the fights that hurt fighters' legacy. And as far as the Terrence Crawford situation is concerned, he complained about it, but then you re-signed with him. So, but that's another story altogether. So, but it's about time for Tank to come into his own. I mean, Devin Haney young, he got his own promotional company. You know, he doing his things. He making his own moves with his father, and Tank see this. He want to get into his own. He wants to do his own things. He wants to become his own man. And having a spokesperson is like, yeah, but it's time to get out that shadow. And not to be a cliche of a movie or whatever, it's just like Rocky V when he was training Tommy the Duke Morrison. You know what I'm saying? And it's like old lion versus young lion. You want to get out that shadow and become your own man. And you know, and he didn't want to be a puppet. He didn't want to be known for the accolades that Rocky had. He wanted to be known in his own singularity of what he's trying to build his own legacy. And sometimes you got to leave the nest. You only could take somebody certain far, and they got to go the rest of the way. You know? But I bet you this. Now, marks my word on this. Tank get these big fights. And let's say he so happened to get them and possibly lose one. Now, just mark my words because it's going to happen. I'm like an oracle with this shit. I know the fight game. He going to say, well, when Tank was with me, he didn't lose one fight. Watch. If he would have stayed with me, he would have been undefeated. Well, blase split. This is Floyd. He want to take credit for everything The man's good. The man did what he did. He had an incredible career. He had a great era. But you are not boxing in itself. You're not. Yeah, you made the most money. Yeah, you know, you did your thing on pay-per-view. Yeah, you got hit lesser than any other fighter. Yeah, you beat more champions. But you are not boxing. And Floyd always feel threatened when somebody come closer to his level of greatness. He feel it as a threat. You know, so it is what it is, and I'm glad Tank making that power move. Now we can get to see the fights we want to see, and you know, and let's see him turn up the heat a little bit. Let's see him test it a little bit more against some of the guys, you know, where you know their skills will not, you know, it'll kind of isolate some of that power and just see is he gonna dig deep. He showed he dug deep in the Cruz fight, broken hand and all. He went all the way. You can't take nothing from him. He did what he had to do. But watch what Floyd do if Tank lose and he's not under his banner. He's gonna say when he was with me, this, that didn't happen and all this. That's Floyd. Everybody know how Floyd is. He's a rich brat. That's how he move. He's driven purely on ego. But we shall see. And shout out to Tank for making that move, stepping up, being your own man, taking your career and your destiny in your own hands. That's what men do. All right, y'all. Peace.